Yo, KPS guy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Project Lexus. So today's task, we're going to get these door panels off because we're going to put speakers inside there. They're actually really easy to do. In a couple videos ago, I explained how to get them off, but I'll do it again. So there's a screw underneath this little flap here, little panel. Underneath the carpet, there's a screw there, and then when you take off the window controls, there is another screw holding the door in place. Once you have those three screws off, you really can just pull and pop off. So it's gonna be simple to do, and then rinse and repeat for the back side. Now, here's what we got going on. So in my previous build in the Accord, we had focals. This is a three-way set, so it has the mid-range, and it has a low bass woofer, mid-range speaker 4-inch, and then it had the tweeters to go with. And so in this car, we're going to be using this right now. We're not ready to do the full setup because right now, what we've done so far, we've got the amp rack going. We haven't set anything up. We don't have any power going to this. So we're going to be giving the speakers the power from the factory unit, from the factory amplifier. So we're just going to swap door speakers is all we're going to do for now. This is the amp rack and how it's going to look. So this is the DM608. This is going to be my DSP. That's going to take the signal from the radio and turn it into a much better sounding signal and give me the control. This is my ACM 4.300. That's going to power the door speakers, as well as the tweeters and everything like that, because they'll be set up on crossovers. And this is the 3000 watt amplifier that will power the Sundown X15 version 3. So today's project, let's go ahead and pop off a door. We're going to swap speakers, and I have some Dynamat left over from my last build. We'll put that in the door if we think we need it. All right, so let's get this panel off here. So some of the screws that were on the door, I left them off on purpose because I knew that I'm gonna get back in here. So I left the screws off already. I have some tools, some panel removal tools that keeps from scratching the panel. So you definitely wanna get that so that you're not scratching any of the hard plastic. We'll get that out. There we go. And to pop off the controls on the door, you just lift up from the back and they just pop out with some clips. Make sure your car is off before you disconnect anything because you don't want to send the car an error code that you can't reset. Don't need to disconnect the battery, just make sure the car is not on. And there you go. All right, we're gonna let that rest right there because there's the speaker. Really easy to get in and out. So what I did, I went ahead and got from Crutchfield some speaker brackets. So these are the same brackets that go on to the door right now. Those factory speakers are built into the brackets. You can't take that factory speaker out and use the bracket. So on Crutchfield, you can get brackets to fit whatever speaker you want. And then I also bought the wiring harness as well that's going to snap into the factory wiring. So it's really just a simple plug and play kind of thing. So let's get that speaker off and let's check what's underneath the door, behind the door, and see if we need any Dynamat behind there. So the Lexus NX uses a premium sound system. It's powered by Grace Note. It's a Dolby Digital sound system. So it's really not that bad of a driver, to be honest with you. Actually, it does pretty good on mid-range bass. There's a look at the magnet there. So this bracket here has the factory clip there. So what we're gonna do, we switch. Here's the speaker that I'm gonna be using. Not any deeper than the factory speaker, really. But there's the clip that's going to go into the factory harness there, and then it goes to the speaker there. So it should be an easy swap. The holes line up, all that good stuff. Now, before we put the speakers in, we want to go ahead and Dynamat this door. It's only going to help the case. Even though the door is really thick and it's a luxury vehicle, so it's not going to have too much outside noise coming in. We still want to make it better and make the speaker sound as good as possible, because it's nothing but hollow thin metal in here. So we're gonna cover up some of this outside material with the Dynamat, and then we're gonna get in here and put some of that stuff in there too. I think I may have some factory, or not factory, but some aftermarket rings for my speakers and some foam to go in the back. I'll see if I still have some, and then we'll use that as well. But we're gonna Dynamat this, and what that'll do is keep all the sound from resonating inside the door panel. It'll shoot it towards the inside of the car, and then it'll tighten up a lot of that bass, and then also it will lower that road noise, engine noise, cars, pedestrians, whatever the case is. So we're gonna put some Dynamat in this door, and then we'll see what happens next. All right, here's a good look inside the door. There's been a good little bit of sound deadening in there, and down that way, right behind the speaker. Maybe we'll stuff some down here if we can, but there's stuff in there, so that should be pretty good. This is keep the moisture from getting into the door panel, into the car. We're gonna leave that on. I think we're gonna go around and do some of these little bare spots around the car. I don't want to cover up any panel clips and like that, so we'll be careful. But maybe we'll put some stuff down here around the speaker just to add a little bit to it. I'm not gonna do the back of the panel. It's pretty good with this. I'm fine with this. There's not much vibration in here. This is really thick plastic. Again, it's a luxurious vehicle. So the sound deadening in here is already pretty good, but we'll see how it works without it for now, because I don't have a lot left, not too many sheets left. So I'll wait and do this last if I have more left, but I think it should be good how it is. So I'm gonna put just a few more on that door and then switch over to the right side, and then we should be good to go to put the speakers in. All right, so I decided not to waste too much time with that. There wasn't that many spaces. I would have to cut these little pieces to put them around. I decided just not to worry about it. It wouldn't be enough on there to do any good for me, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. Let's go ahead and get the speaker on the new speaker, the Focal. So we're gonna use the new brackets. We're gonna use the factory clip here to go into the white piece. It'll snap right in. So we're gonna use the factory screws as well, as they all should fit the same. So I'm gonna grab those. Double check if it works. It does. On to the next door. Alright guys, we're gonna stop the video there. There's not much left for me to do, just those back two-door speakers. Same process, so I'm not gonna make you guys watch that. The next project that I need to do, probably off camera, this is one of 3 dash speakers that we need to remove. Now the Focal setup that I had in my previous car had the mid-range, and it had a 4-inch mid-range and then some tweeters, so it was a 3-way. This design here is a mid-range and a tweeter built in, so I'm gonna have to purchase Focal's mid-range, 4-inch mid-range coaxial speakers and put those there. They'll fit just fine in that spot, and there's 3 of them. I'll probably just get 2, one over there, and either just keep that where it's at, or just disconnect it all together. We'll have to see how it goes, but I'm gonna get the door speakers and the rears done, and then that'll be it for this project for today. So guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and let me know what you think of the build so far, and we'll see you in the next Lexus project. Peace.